Well, more than a century ago, in 1917, Tom Bullock became the first African-American to publish a book on cocktails. He called it The Ideal Bartender.
Here to tell us more about Tom and the recipes from his book is drink and hospitality expert, Christina Veira. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, nice to see you guys.
Super excited.
Christina, tell us a little bit more about the importance of Tom Bullock and the ideal bartender.
Yeah, so there's, because often when we look at old movies and everything, there's this like idealization of this like older like white man as a bartender, but it ignores the fact that actually when you look at a lot of cocktail theory in the States, that wouldn't be who would be the majority of the bartenders at events or the ones who are the most celebrated. It's just gotten a bit erased. Tom Bullock was so celebrated that at the time he was called on to write a book, which was not even that common for these cocktail books at the time, and to be used as a resource for other people because he was so famous at doing it.
All right, wow. So I see 4 punch bowls on this table. So why punch?
So,
why was it so popular back then?
Oh, so punches were popular because when we're looking at bartenders, when we're looking at hospitality, we're looking at really a lot of entertaining on a larger scale and bringing in people like Tom Bullock to know how to do that. We're also, it's just a different style than what we think of now with mixology, when it's like a bartender behind the bar. You get one drink, you pay, and you leave.
Okay.
So once upon a time, I was a bartender, and the first drink you're actually doing, I used to make it, but I don't think I've ever had it before. It's called the black and velvet.
Black
I used to know it as the black and tan, maybe. Tell us about this drink.
All right, so black velvet. We're gonna start off with some Guinness Extra Stout.
We're making it.
So, so real Guinness, the Extra Stout import right here.
So I'm putting this in here?
Yep, we're gonna put in both of these bottles. Okay. So from Ireland, but this was like what was exported to the Caribbean, to Sierra Leone, to 140 countries. Little bitter, little malty, little sweet.
Now, stout seems to be a very interesting ingredient. Why stout?
Stout, it just adds bitter, chocolate, malty characteristics and texture is important in cocktails.
Okay.
We're gonna put in some Meyer lemon juice and some sugar.
Sure. Oh,
you can just add the sugar, the whole thing.
All of the sugar?
All the sugar.
Wow.
Okay. And then we're gonna just top it up with champagne. Dump the whole thing.
Oh my goodness.
I like it already.
I mean, that's got a lot of froth, as they say, in there. Okay.
So we do a little
is
stir?
she gonna taste this now?
Yep.
This is a lot of something.
So if you give that a stir for me.
Okay, I'll stir.
Take a sip of that.
Oh,
if
that
you can.
big
We got some
big
problems.
chunk of ice in there.
We are all good.
Okay.
We got that out. Oh,
smell?
yeah. Oh,
Yep, it's coming out.
It smells
okay,
good.
give that up for her. Try that out, because we're gonna have to move on to the next drink in a sec.
Here we go.
Go for that.
Chin chin, everybody.
Okay, there we go. Very nice. Okay.
All right.
I like it. Oh my gosh, that's good.
Are you liking that?
Yeah.
It's not too sweet? Kind of creamy? Kind of good?
Nope,
Okay.
but hopefully it's the last segment I do for the show.
I'm gonna try it. But we're gonna move on to this next one, which I see a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
Talk about this one that we're making.
So we have our Bombay punch. So we're gonna put in a lot of fruit into this, right? We have
Want some help?
pineapples, berries, we have oranges, we have lemons. All right. Now we're also gonna put in some Italian brandy, some Vecchio Romagna. It's gonna have some nice caramel, wood, aged notes, toasted.
That's a lot of booze.
Oh my God.
We have even more booze, so we're gonna be putting in sherry and Madeira. So again, at this time, we're looking at a lot of wine-based products. And we're gonna put in champagne again. Champagne's very popular.
Can I do it?
You can do this one.
Party.
Oh, we're doing 2?
We're doing 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Can you tell we have a lot of drinkers in this audience?
This is just so beautiful. You can imagine this at a party and just like what a statement this makes.
And then
so gorgeous.
we are gonna put in a little bit of something that isn't booze.
Okay.
So we're putting in just some sparkling waters, some period. So this is our Bombay punch. I'll give you a little bit of a taste of it.
Okay.
We have all these different kind of wine notes. Again, we have this backbone of brandy, which is very popular at the time.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about what's in this mason jar up front? Is that supposed to be part of it?
So we use some oleo. Oh, perfect. You reminded me. I know we were a little behind. So the oleo.
Oh.
So in this mason jar.
What is that?
So you see orange peels, lemon peels, and we macerate them in sugar. It's a really good way to keep the flavor. And if you're gonna juice, if you peel it first, you'll get all the citrus flavor, so you can basically use it twice.
I mean, this feels like expensive, I will say. This kind of experience, it's an expensive.
Yeah, but we're not here to think about the cost. We're here to celebrate this bartender.
No, it's worth it. Cheers.
Don't worry about those little things.
Okay, let's move on to our third punch. What is in this mysterious drink?
All right. So we have Cremea alla Mora, a Crimean cup alla Mora. So this one's a little bit different. You can see it's more opaque because we're getting a little bit more desserty.
Okay.
So we have an orgeat. Normally that's made with almond milk, but we're making this with oat and rice milk, so low allergen.
Okay.
We have a bit of Jamaican rum in there. Jamaican rum is known to be a little bit more funky, so especially at the time it'd be in demand. This is Worthy Park, which from the fields to the bottle is all Jamaican owned and made. We have again some brandy, our Italian brandy, which would be very popular at the time.
And that one's made already, right?
Yeah, already made.
Can we get to?
Yeah.
To you.
I just want to taste it. I'm not trying to rush.
And then a little bit of maraschino.
A little bit of maraschino. Okay, so what are the notes on this one?
This is how you get the party started, right here in this glass. Wow.
And so I'm gonna go over here.
So our last drink is called the Punch a la Romaine. What's the inspiration behind this one?
Okay, so at the time, sometimes the names didn't always make sense. And so we have 2 Italian ingredients. It's blood orange and lemon granita, so like a slush.
Yeah.
And then we also have,
Is that whipped cream?
no, it's an Italian meringue.
Italian meringue.
Wow.
All right.
Where does one get that from?
You make
that?
it, yeah.
You have to
So
make
an
it.
Italian meringue is a type of cooked meringue. And why that's just important is it's also a little bit more stable. So I can make
Okay.
it earlier. So we're making this really desserty, fluffy drink. If one of you wants to pour in.
Okay.
Pour it in.
This is gorgeous.
And this is all of
What
the
are you
whole
adding
bottle,
in?
right?
What are you doing
So
there?
I'm adding some bitters. Bitters
Okay.
are like the ketchup, the salt and pepper.
Come on.
Okay, all right, I'm doing
Right?
it.
go.
This looks like a
And then we're
like
gonna add in
foam
a
party
bit
at a pool.
Florida Canyon rum.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas foam party.
Make it again a little bit toasty, and I'll give you a
Are
little
you doing
taste.
any measurements, or you just kind of eyeballing the ingredients?
I'm making it roll, but I pour drinks a lot.
Okay.
Can we just quickly talk about the ice features in a lot of these drinks? That it feels like you've done some really spectacularly beautiful things with ice. Is that like a really important feature?
Yeah, so block ice was like very.
It's good.
So block ice was like very popular at the time. It keeps it more stable, keeps it from diluting too quickly, and it keeps it cold. For this, we have a thicker drink, so we're using this kind of ice because it'll keep it cold and it'll like help dilute it a bit more. And for this, we just use this kind of like slushy, frothy thing. And this is actually the famous punch from the Titanic.
Oh, wow. Wow. Christina. We're going to be sunk. Listen, that next segment's going to be interesting. Christina, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Teaching us all about these wonderful drinks.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.